when you go to court, and I always tell people, let me use this platform to also educate women.
Yeah.
Parenting is 50-50. It's equal responsibilities, and we have 5 basic needs of the children.
Yeah.
So that is food, that is shelter, that is education, that is health, and clothing.
Yeah.
So mnapata si mkona 5 things to take care of.
Yeah.
Utachagua ni gani wewe uta take care of. If you go to the pit latrines of, okay, the government does that issue of providing sanitary towel to every school.
Yeah.
And you know, that's why I'm saying, you know, for me, I get so emotional. I don't always want to talk about this government because it can make me cry, PP. It can make me cry if I see what happens on the ground.
Yeah.
I go to a school, there's a pit latrine. That pit latrine is where those pads are dumped. And it is full up to here.
And you know, those ones don't disintegrate.
Exactly.
And even when they pour the liquid,
you can imagine the kind of filth.
Yeah.
Those children are literally going to those toilets without shoes. Some of them cannot afford shoes. Yeah, and these are the things the government is not looking into. And you remember we were even talking about schools getting banned.
Yeah.
If we can have, imagine we can have at workplaces trainings about fire management.
Yes.
These are things we don't have in those schools. If I tell, please teacher, can you kindly show me how to use this fire extinguisher?
Yes.
He doesn't know.
How will he know?
We don't have fire.
Where will he know? The fire extinguishers are being put in the administration
block only. And if you ask, did you ever see a fire assembly in your school?
No.
You did not.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any fire alarm? You did not. If you go to those classes, they only have a single door.
Yeah.
Then I'm also a co-founder of PREHA. PREHA is just to educate children on hygiene.
Yeah.
You know, there's a point I got a student who could hold urine for a whole full day. Why? Choni chafu. And when I went to those schools, oh my God.
The toilets.
Those toilets are literally washed na maji pekee. And their toilets.
Bila Carol, bila nothing.
Bila nothing. So you can imagine the kind of infections those children get at young age that they are.
UTI. And some of them don't even know they are infected.
They don't know. They don't know. How will they know?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of my journey series of Home Run with PP. Today, we are yet with another guest, Grace Olwande, who's going to tell us more about her story, and what she is about. How are you doing, Grace?
I'm good, PP. Yes, as you have heard, my name is Grace Olwande. I'm a children rights activist. I'm also a marketer. Besides that, I'm a teacher by profession.
Allah, you're an immature size. What do you teach? What do you teach?
I teach English and literature.
English lit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, where mom be a sponsor, no?
No, I never did sponsors, though. I dated rich men, but not sponsors.
Hold on, watch out, okay. Shake a break. Before the interview, we were talking about this lady who says that she missed 5 million because somebody offered her sex for money, and she said no. Actually, she did it, and then she didn't get the money though. But you're telling me you are dating rich men who are not sponsors. Kwani sponsor ni nini?
Sponsor ni mtu mwenye is beyond your age. You see? Huyo ndo utaita sponsor.
Miaka ngapi ndo beyond your age? Mnakuanga wakora sana.
For me, that guy, I started dating when I was around 20. So
the guy was,
my boyfriend at then was 26.
Who a rich man?
And he was he was coming from a rich family. He was a Kamba, by the way.
Oh my God, Mutinda we.
Yeah.
You got a rich Kamba guy.
I got a rich Kamba. No, I got him from Nairobi, but we used to extend. You know, he could come see me from school.
He was driving. He was driving.
Yes.
Hapo ndo kweli ndo maana hata mimi nimekuma nimekuwa mtu wa nje. Because
but trust
hapo
me.
Kwa gari, I think ndo maana girlfriend yangu alikuwa anaita poor background because I am the background. So you're saying you started dating you never dated someone beyond 6 years above you?
No, I've done 10 years above
in campus or after campus?
Right now and also after campus.
Your now guy is 10 years older than you?
Yes, 10 years older.
So unamwitanga daddy ama
42 is 42, I'm 31.
So unamwita daddy?
Ya nini sasa?
Sini amekushinda miaka.
Okay, you
my
see,
person needs to call me daddy.
Okay, naweza kuita daddy. There's nothing wrong with me calling my man daddy. Yes. But you see, for me, I realized I have a very strong personality, and you know, I cannot just take boys in terms of relationship because I'll get myself.
Boys?
Yes. Of course, if I'm dating a 30-year-old, that is my age mate. You see?
So that's a boy?
Yeah, for me.
Hello!
Because most of the time, I'll be controlling you.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be telling you. You see, women mature faster than men. So it will reach a time, I'm just the one telling you, like, you see, we do this, do that, do that, do that. And that is what most women don't like. Personally, I don't like. I want to be led by a man.
You want your man showing you the direction.
Yes.
But the thing here is, when men try to show you directions, you again bring up the feminism card. No, it's scaled or very tiresome. You know why? You know. But that is that. So campus to go campo bado. But a boyfriend, alikuwa atuachane jina yake. As to watch up.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So ulienda kunisema kwa podcast. But so you get a boyfriend in campus. How long did you date him?
We dated for around 3 years.
3 years.
And he
miaka
went.
3 hivi. 1 2 3. Mimi nimefika miaka yote sijapata hata mtu tumekaa naye miaka 3. What is the secret?
No, you know,
ama ni distance.
Hiyo ni distance. Alafu pia hata tulikuwa yes, but again I would have other boyfriends because you see now.
So unaona? Nimekushika mikono juu.
But he's the person really my heart was
sneaky for. Links. Kulikuwa na sneaky links. Sasa ameoa hata ukimwambia hata
probably
mutisoe au limu break ile ya finality. Unajua kuna heartbreak fulani unasikia mwanaume anasema I would not marry, inaitwa lodigator. So ulipeleka lodigator. Haya. So this 3 years of campus you done, you finished school, where did you go?
When I finished school, when I was finishing school, I was already having someone.
You already had a kid by then?
Yeah, I think so.
Mtu alikuja which time? When did the kid come?
2018. I remember I was supposed to be graduating by then, but then I did not graduate.
Because of the kid ama
because of the kid.
Okay. So, tuende tutafute huyo mtoto. Ulifanyaje ukatafuta mtoto katikati ya masomo mpaka mtoto akapatikana?
Not really. You know, in my dating part of the time, I was not focused on relationships. I would have someone just not to be alone or just
for dry spell purposes.
Yeah. So when, in fact, the person I was having by then, we were in campus together, but he was some years ahead of me. So I met him when he had finished, but for me I was still in school. So zile zilikuwa tu zile za okay, he got me when I was from another relationship, and ile una try to una move on, you know, una rebound. So he was my rebound. He was just taking things too serious. The next thing I realized, he had taken me home to his home,
Hey.
with his parents.
Wacha wewe bwana, tumekuja mbio sana.
I was having a
Unapeleka nini kwa wazazi mkiwa campus?
Yeah, me I was in campus.
So,
alikuwa
how did he
amemaliza.
introduce you to the parents?
He just told the parents like, this is the woman
Hey, the woman.
I want to marry.
The woman.
Those are the exact words he used.
The woman.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Alikuwa miaka ngapi huyu jamaa?
He's like right now he's about 34.
So he's like 3 years your senior.
Yes.
So you go to the parents.
Yeah.
How did the parents take it?
No, the first question they asked me, like, what are you doing? No, we don't we don't want our son to be the one
to get the burden.
Yes, to get the burden. And I was like, oh my God. Then I just told them I'm still in campus, though I'm finishing. This is what I'm studying for. Yeah. So that's what I told them.
Like, why would parents want to know what the lady is doing? Honestly.
That is just the nature, and that's why, when it comes to this relationship thing and marriage thing, I always give advice to people, and also I just give them based on my experience. And this issue of what do you do has just become a big picture in a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Because maybe of the cost of living, and maybe because for sure women and men are equal for what.
Why is it that we are equal except for the money?
You see, now the setup that was there, men were supposed to be providers. And if you look at the setup right now, if we say that we do 50-50 in the house, then also come home, wash kids, cook, pick a duster, because it's 50-50. But if you look at this thing in terms of a woman, as a woman who has been in career, at the same time a mother, at the same time a wife, I can tell you it's not easy balancing those things. And sometimes you find that you concentrate more on the kids than your husband, than your job. Sometimes you concentrate too much on a job, you forget about your kids, and also you forget about your husband. So like everyone has a role to play.
So now that we're even talking about 50-50 kids, how did you get yours? Yo mtoto wako. How now umepelekwa kwa wazazi. You've gone to the parents.
Wow.
You've promised them, ni umetenga over his tattoo.
For sure, I did not promise them anything. But when I left there, I left there at the end of December. By end of January.
Do you have this
man? In fact, not now.
No, then. Now we're talking about that.
Then when I was beginning the relationship, I was not even sure.
How did you get pregnant for him then?
You see, I don't know. At that time, I was a bit confused. And again, I was like, okay, huyu ndio ananipenda, wacha tunikae.
So the guy was obsessed with you?
At that time, yes, he was.
Hey! Mapenzi wewe. Ni realize sisi wanaume tunafaa tuwe tu kweli. The one thing I've noticed with us men is we are told the truth. Sikupendi. Like he will just like, when itafute tuka space. Kwa hiyo roho tu, nipe tu bed sitter kwa hiyo roho mimi nitachunga.
Yes.
So in January you're pregnant already?
Yeah. I was having my first child.
Why are you selling condoms and you don't use them?
Oh my God. When I was selling, I was young. I was in first year or second year. But you see, this is now a time I'm in fourth year. You also need to settle. Yeah. There's some, fourth year generally. I don't know if it happened to you.
You are dogging life.
Yes. So, uko focus like now, life is beyond campus. Yeah. People need to focus. People need to get what, me, all of my university life, I never introduced any man as my boyfriend to my mom. I never ever. Yeah. So ilifika 2 points, pia mimi nataka tu nikae chini, I settle, then nilikuwa nishafanya raha mob. So I'm tired. Literally I just want to settle down.
So jamaa alikupata tu.
Akanipata.
Yeah, amekufall in love ajab. How do you guys maintain with someone? And even how do you even make love with such a guy? Like mtu umpendi?
But no, the love just came in, you know.
How?
Nikianza, I was never serious actually. But now when
Hebu acha ni text wewe. Endelea, acha ni ngoni.
hiyo ni kitu yenye ina growing kitu pole pole. Pole pole. You know, women, they fall in love with how you treat them. So you find that if this person is there for you, he's the person you'll always talk to and he'll be able to respond. You'll just find, hata kama uko unampenda, you'll just have some feelings towards him at the end of it all. Sure. So that is what happened to me as well. So by the time now I was having my baby, I was sure now this is the person, really, now this is the father of my child. I have to view things differently and I have to now take care of my family.
Your family. So now you became a family.
Yeah.
Fourth year.
Got
married.
We were staying together.
Come
we were
not
stay. Yeah, come
stay. Kuja. Inaitwa weka bag.
Kuja weka bag hapa tuanze.
Weka bag hapo tuanze.
Yeah, it was like that.
So you wake a bag and continue with him?
Yeah,
by this time you tell mom about it?
Yeah, of course.
How did mom take? I asked Dennis about when he told his father about the kid. How did your mom take it?
My mom was so positive, and in fact, when
she didn't akuwaka moto. Oh my God!
In fact, when I was pregnant, she's the first person I told. I didn't even tell.
When did you find out you're pregnant?
You know, my baby daddy was like, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Yani endo alijua uko mimba kabla.
Yes. At the end of it all, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not, oh my God. Then I find myself, boom. You know, there are these morning sicknesses that come. Now I'm feeling sick. My legs are swelling. And my mom was like, now, funga shule, we take you to a specialist. Maybe you have a problem with your kidney. Kumbe it was just pregnancy. So, and I had just to deal with it. I told my mom about it. She supported me, by the way. Until I had my baby.
Nice. So mom knows about your kid, your baby daddy. Was he working then?
Yeah, he was working. Yeah.
Was he supportive?
Yeah, a bit supportive, yes.
What is wrong with us men when it comes? We are very supportive in planting the seed, yeah? But taking care of the seed.
Yeah, it becomes a problem.
It becomes a lot of because it's 18 years of commitment. Who's looking for 18 years of commitment? Just 18 seconds for 18 minutes. 18 years.
Imagine.
No, we'll have to. 18 seconds for 18 years.
I get it.
Oh,
and
man.
For women, it's even worse.
You know, you cannot run away. Personally, if I get you pregnant and I don't want you, I go away.
Yeah.
In Kenya,
us, we cannot.
Imam child support. As long as you're not employed, nobody's.
Oh my God! And those are the things we are taking seriously. And in fact, people have a very wrong notion. God doesn't care whether you are working or not. So long as you brought a child to this world, you should be taking care of a child. That is what the code says.
But the problem here is with the ladies. They have a kid with you, and then they hold the kid over your head.
How?
Sasa mtoto amekuwa kama eti pigia babako mwambie unataka soda ya Fanta. Pigia babako.
No, necessarily that is not the case. You see, now when you've separated from someone, like for me when I was separating, in fact when I was separating, I was like, he can come back, we solve our issues, we resolve, we go back together, or he can fail to come back. But now the big question I was asking now, we have kids. Yeah. How are we going to take care of those kids?
Yeah. You have two, am I one?
I have two.
Two. With him, same guy?
Yes, same guy.
Okay.
So
how do you guys have love to get two kids and then separate? Mnarudi wapi? Mnarudi kwa market ya nani?
Oh my God, market na mtu anarudi hata saizi. Let me tell you, yes, niko kwa market. In that, of course, men will always come, but the clear picture
men who are watching this is in the market.
But now the clear picture is this. Yeah. I have to have a notion. Like right now, when I'm meeting a man, you know, my kids are not his responsibility.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So he's the one to decide if he wants to take part in my children's life. That's good. If he does not want to, let the person that was responsible for these kids take care of his kids.
Exactly.
Now, this is now the issue. You find that men, and I've told you, I work with children cases a lot.
Yeah.
So you find that I know they are bad women. Actually, they are bad women. They're there.
Very bad. Wow.
You find that someone knows very well the situation. Na anajua vizuri sana huyu mtu pengine alizana mtu mwenye ako married. You don't expect that man to leave the family and anakuja kuoa. You know, those are things that are impossible. Then you find also some women, umezana huyu, it did not work. Umezana huyu mwingine, it did not work. Umezana mtu wa tatu, it did not work. Umepata mtu wa nne, it has not worked.
And you're still getting more kids.
The person is very welcoming to his child. You see?
Only child.
Only child. But unapata huyu anataka like, huyu mama anataka like, huyu mbaba take care of all the kids. You know, you're like, how? And if it did not work ile ya kwanza, ya pili, why would you just have children? What's wrong with you? Exactly. What's wrong with you?
Close the fallopian.
See who's I like for me, I'm always saying, if I need a man, it's just for companion. I don't need children. What for?
Funga.
Exactly. I don't need children. I already have children.
Yes. Do you tell men that the first time you meet them?
Yes, I tell men I have children. And I'm never scared about my kids. Those are my kids.
I'm just here thinking like a man who is hitting your head. I'm like,
no, if you don't like it, just do it. Yes.
Na block.
Nataka nakwambia niko na watoto wawili.
Nimekublock vibaya sana.
Hata ukiniblock, you see, hata ukiniblock, but I've told you the truth.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah, I've told you the truth. And you see, there's some men who don't care.
Yeah. If they have money.
Even if they don't.
And they don't have kids.
And if they have kids, and you know, most of I know now when you've separated from someone and you have kids, I always tell even my friends who are in marriage, who are planning to leave, like I tell them it's not easy. It's never easy because there are things you really have to adjust. Like you have to adjust being like the sole provider, kama gas imeisha, kiberiti, yani you're everything.
You're the father, the mother.
You're the father, you're the mother. You have to control yourself emotionally. You have to control yourself physically, financially, and all that. Also, when it comes to relationships, it becomes delicate. And only mature people will understand. Because, you know, you'll have this man. You've had maybe 2 kids. It did not work. You don't have to kill yourself. Yes. But my question is, and you know, recently I was having my friend from South Africa, and she was telling me like, in South Africa, you find that this woman has 5 children from the previous marriage. The man also has other 5 children from the previous marriage. They come together. Exactly. They have 2 more children. You're like, what for?
When 12 kids in the house.
Exactly.
If you cook 2 kilograms of unga, nobody is satisfied.
Exactly. You're like, why are you even having these children?
It's a marathon. I know why. Let me tell you why. Acha tulijitete. If I have to take care of your kids, then you have to have produced one of mine to make it worth it.
But I'm taking care of your kids. You know, the
kids are for the other guy.
Just
so I have to put mine in you.
You're also having kids from the other woman. So these are kids combined.
They are our kids, but where's the connecting points?
There is no connecting
point. We need to have 2 connecting points. Yeah, like 2 kids. I mean, I'm actually for them. Like, why should we have 10 kids that we do not share?
No, we are here for companion.
That was then.
We are here for companion.
Now, I want 2 kids.
We are here for companion. Like,
companion.
Literally, you have 5 kids.
Yeah.
I also have 5.
That is goal. Now let us equalize it.
Now, this 5 come here, 10. You know,
your bedroom ni bedroom gapi
still, things are happening. You see, when you meet people from other countries, is when you realize things are happening. And you know, when I'm seeing the direction we Kenyans we are heading to, in fact, we are heading there.
We are headed there.
Yeah,
First
because
world,
if it has reached a point where people don't value family anymore.
Yeah.
And also you find men, they just want to have kids, but they don't want to take care of those kids.
Yeah.
You also have men here who are having kids.
Yeah.
But there are also married people who cannot keep the family.
How? But by the way, wasichana siku hizi wengine ni wagumu kuku.
Yeah. You can be having kids. And you know, women are always overrated. But to be honest, there are women who practically abandon their children.
That is something.
Yeah.
That is quite something.
You find the father is very upright. The father is brilliant.
Yeah.
The father is good.
Yeah.
But the mothers are abandoning their children.
That is quite serious, you know.
I've heard those cases.
Because mostly we blame mothers.
Fathers, yeah. Fathers are always
babako ni mbaya Sarah.
And that's why
that is a good selling point.
And that's why, Pipi, I always tell people I educate about these things that you see, parenting is an equal responsibility.
Yeah.
And parenting is also not based on how much can you give to the family. No. It is based on, are you there for your kids? Are you taking care of them?
Yeah.
Are you there for them emotionally?
Yeah.
Can you reach them anytime you want? Can you direct them? Can you give them the direction that you would want your children to have?
Yeah.
So you find that most women, they're like, bora nipe pesa. Pesa ya nini? You
exactly.
see, I asked that pesa ya nini. There's somebody also I know and I've been handling her case.
Yeah.
That woman, literally, she drinks all the time.
Why?
To an extent, you know, I cannot judge her because people are handling so many issues. Maybe she's handling a lot psychologically. But you find that she's not fit to take care of this child.
Yeah.
So you tell the mother, please, can you just hand over the child to the father? Because the father is there. The father wants that connection with the child. But she's like, no. Why?
Because of
the money. Exactly.
The father supports.
Yes.
So we can safely say that there are ladies who use their baby daddies for money.
Yeah, dada.
Okay, that is something. That is something. Now, you're here with this guy. Get 2 kids with them. What makes you walk away from him?
Okay, I will not share most of the things that made me walk away, but I feel that whatever made me leave the marriage are very pressing issues. And remember, when I was deciding also to leave this marriage.
How long were you together?
For like 5 years.
Hey!
Yeah.
Rudy.
So like we had the conversation where our parents were involved. You know, the
was it dirty? Was it a bad breakup?
It was somehow
nasty.
tragic. It was somehow tragic to an extent. Now we had to go home, try to solve these issues, you know. But again, you know, you cannot force someone to stay with you.
Sure.
If that person
if they decided to leave.
To leave.
That's the problem.
So when it reached that point, because you know, when I was leaving, I was leaving that this man actually comes back to his senses. And sees life at an angle I'm seeing it. But now when somebody takes that and says, now you see, I don't want to stay with this person again. You cannot force that person to practically stay with you. So I decided to step aside because of that. And also, you know, I always say that separation is good. Because you tend to learn. What were your mistakes? What was the other person's mistakes? And practically for me, I can always tell where I went wrong. You see? I believe where he is, he can always also say, this is where I went wrong. And for me, and I can tell my worst decision that I made was sharing my problems. Because you see, I'll come to you, explain to you now, this person did this ABCD to me. But you see, the way you will report it to the other person will not be the same the way I have reported it. Like, I want to give an example. There's a friend of mine who was telling me a story. Like, he was married to a woman. And this woman, she had a friend. So this friend, they were conversing. And this woman said, Mimi, I appreciate my husband because he does not have a big machine. Me, normally, I cannot handle big machines. You see?
Yes.
But when this lady went to report this to the husband, I heard you don't have big machines. Where immediately she said that. Immediately she said that.
Oh my God.
The man was gone. And he's gone to date.
I will go. I will go too.
So that is what I'm trying to say. Like, sharing your problem as a married woman. Because there are people who literally practically are jealous of you.
Yeah, sure.
Probably. There are also people who are just happy with whatever is going on. And you also see it on social media. When people are breaking up, people are loud, people are happy. You even wonder what's making these people happy this much. Because literally, this is someone who is suffering. In fact, anataka usaidizi. And ako mentally disturbed.
Lakini hiyo ndo tunataka
hiyo ndo kitu tunataka. We want to use the weakness of a person. And I can remember in my breakup, friends played a bigger role in destroying my marriage.
They were taking things here, they're taking that.
Yes, you've called this person, you've explained, Aki amenifanya tu hivi, Aki amefanya hivi na hivi, mimi Aki sitawezana. Akaenda kuireport and I report differently.
Lady friends or male friends?
I had mostly ladies friends. So unapata huyu mtu amekuja kwa nyumba, amekasirika. Unajua wewe unafikiria, si wewe ulikuwa umeambia mtu fulani. But tena mkaongeleshana na huyu mkakuja the same level. Sasa ule maybe aliwaona pamoja somewhere. Akamuita, unajua nani? Hey, bibi yako aliniambia ABCD. You see? When you come back, this man is angrier than when you were living, maybe going somewhere together. And he won't tell you. But practically, people are based on destroy. But I always thank God because I was able to get out of it. And I also learned my mistakes through it. But me, what I can tell married women watching me, like now, when you have a problem in your family, in fact, I know someone. Mimi hata ni rafiki yake na sikujua ametoka kwake until the day aliniambia Grace could you visit. Now I was going to the place that I always know and no nilihama niko hii side kwenda ananiambia Grace tuliachana na so and so. It's 5 months down the line.
5
I'm
months?
like 5? You know what I told her?
Like a siri sana. Like a siri kuta ya Dani.
And you know what I told her? I wish I handled things the way you can. Because the moment unaambia pia watu wengine, these people are putting pressure on you. You're also angry. You're also going through a lot.
Somebody's telling you, Miss Ifanywa evil.
Exactly. So people are not helping. And you'll find even relatives are playing a bigger role in destroying you than building you. So basically, one asema separation is good because both of you learn. That is first and foremost. 2, separation also creates a room for breath. Breathe too wene. Na pia inaweza kukuallow pia explore. Now like if I tell you Pipi, I feel like I meet some men who treat me differently. How I would want to be treated as a woman. So you see, I can be able to compare and I can be able. Right now, if I go to a marriage, there are things really I will not repeat.
Like,
so, like now, for example, what I've told you, I believe I will handle my problems, my marital problems in a different way. Instead of sharing, maybe I will tell my mom. If I've told my mom, and to be honest, I would like to solve them with my husband. Once we solve them, it's over there.
I think that is one thing that many relationships lack. The communication between the partners. We communicate our problems a lot with our friends, with our relatives. Call your mom, call your dad, tell them everything that is happening in your relationship life. Amenifanya hivi, call your friend. But where we get to that point where now we solve the issues, we can't face each other.
We can't face each other.
Most relationships actually solve their issues with sex.
Yeah.
So I'm here thinking, what if we could get out that middle person and people faced each other? Probably relationships would last longer.
Yeah. And okay, for me, wanasema, like mimi, first of all, I don't judge people who leave marriages.
Yeah.
That is number one. Number two, I will also not like people to judge me as well.
Yeah.
Number three, uanambia watu, despite the fact that you're separated with someone, you're not enemies.
Yeah. That is the problem with relationships.
Yeah. That person
is
is not your enemy.
Yeah.
And especially if you have children.
Yeah.
These are people that will always be part of you, that will always like bring the gap between the two of you.
Yeah.
So mi usema, if imefika point,
Yeah.
you cannot stay with each other anymore.
Yeah.
But create room in a way that you can be able to talk.
Yeah.
Maybe in a room.
Yeah.
And tell yourself that, you see, sasa sisi tumefika hapa, lakini we can just talk about the kids.
Yes.
Naona?
Yeah.
But you find so many relationships zina break kwa sababu unapata mtu ameachana, they cannot talk with the former husband or partner because of things they can really avoid. And you know, it takes a lot. It takes the woman to respect also the father of it. Me, what I always say, for my baby daddy, I always respect him to date.
Yeah.
Because I had several boyfriends. We had sex without protection. I never got pregnant. Yeah. But this person came, then boom, I was pregnant.
You know, it takes a lot to get someone pregnant.
It takes a lot to take someone pregnant. Yeah. So it's just a matter of just respect that person. Give the respect that he deserves.
Yeah.
Also, give the person, kamatani, the man, give the woman who is the mother of your kids the respect she deserves.
Yes.
Then you'll be good to go because you are not enemies, actually, and especially if they're children.
That is quite something, because as we are progressing in this conversation, I'd like to know how you work with your ex right now that you have 2 kids. And how long has it been since you separated?
Oh, right now it's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So for the past 3 years, you have had to live with the kids. What is the arrangement?
Okay, for my baby daddy is a very difficult person. So, you know, I'm also a very tough person.
Mnapelekana.
So, inafika point, mnapelekana. But I can tell you for a fact, it is not easy. So, imagine this is a situation, you don't have any connection with that woman anymore. In fact, you know very well, she is sleeping with other men because you're not together. You see? But at the end of it all, you still have to send her the money for upkeep and maintenance. And I know you inaumanga one. You see? Also, there is school fees. You have to pay school fees. You have actually, for my baby daddy, I can tell. Okay, it was difficult when I left because pia alikuwa na, like, he does not want to do it, but I think he was also not doing it because maybe alikuwa na feel asipofanya ndio sasa I'll get then I go back. But you see, for me when I was leaving, it was either he does things correctly or I just leave for good.
Okay.
Yes. So when I saw he was not ready to make things right, I decided now I have my life to live. So I gave him time. Please try and do what you're supposed to do. He was hesitant. Then for me, I just now went to court. By the end of it all, I got what I wanted.
Child support?
Yes. Part of the child support, because now when you go to court, and I always tell people, let me use this platform to also educate women. Parenting is 50-50. It's equal responsibilities, and we have 5 basic needs of the children. So that is food, that is shelter, that is education, that is health, and clothing. So mnapata si mko na 5 things to take care of. Utachagua ni gani wewe uta take care of. So like, if you're taking care of the kids, if you're the one living with the kids, una shelter definitely ni yako.
Yeah.
So utachukua ingine kama ni clothing, uchukue clothing.
Yeah.
Kama umemwambia mwanaume achukue school fees, food ni pesa ngapi, umesha calculate mnachukuanga 30,000.
Yes.
It's shopping plus food, it's 30,000.
Yes.
Then hapo per food maybe you will divide
half.
So koti itasema atoe 15, wewe utoe 15. School fees inalipa pesa ngapi? Ni 40,000
per semester,
per term. Watoto ni wangapi? Watoto ni wawili. School related expense pia inaekwanga kando, like books, shoes,
wanagawa
uniform, so wanagawa zote. Then now you take 50-50. So women wanaendanga kotini wakifikiria ati ndio sasa watasaidika or ndio watapata pesa mingi, but I want to tell you court looks at so many things. Also hiyo 50-50 haikwangi like definite. Kunaweza kuwa na mwanamke she's not doing well at all, but also the man does not want to live with the kids. Okay? So hapo mwanaume atapewa almost 60%
ya kufanya
the responsibility.
Yes. And what if the man is bore hata pia amesota?
Court does not care. Court does not care.
Kama utaki
the thing is
kusimamia.
And let me tell you my viewers, it is so serious.
Yes.
It is so serious that if somebody takes you to court, and you are not able to provide, that person can take something called a notice to show cause. And you can be jailed for it. It's as serious as that.
Allah.
Yes, you can be jailed. Utoke hiyo jela, umelose sasa kazi, because definitely when you're jailed, you're lost. You've lost your job. Ukisha toka huko tena tuna expect bado uprovide
aje.
Yes, and in fact some women wanawezanga yaka equal lump sum to a point mtoto anafika 18, mtoto anakujia anataka 3 million or even 5.
Ate?
Yes. So these matters are serious, but I don't see the need of you being pushed to take care of your kid.
Exactly. It's your kid,
Yeah, it's your kid. So you should just be taking care of your kid. So I was telling, let me just use this platform to also educate that don't go to court because you want to punish someone. Go to court because you feel this is the right thing I'm doing, not for me, but for my children.
For my children,
Yes.
Sure.
And anytime somebody comes to me for an advice or for my organization maybe to present him or her, I always ask one question. Are you still bitter with this person? Are you taking him to court because your child lacks, or you're taking him to court because you want to punish him? I have to ask those ones because I don't encourage people doing it out of
punishment.
For punishment.
Now, we're going to just switch up a bit. We have spoken about marriage,
many things,
marriage, school, and all this career-wise. Want to know, you finished school. Did you start teaching?
No, when I finished school, let me just tell you part of it. When I finished school, my university, I started up as a cleaner.
Where?
At the British Army Training Unit, Kenya. Yes.
In Batuk. Yes. Unabati huku kutoka na mtoto huko bana. Nasikia huko.
Okay. Yes. Well, they are my former employers, so I don't want to put them in a bad light, but I started there as a cleaner. When I left, I started doing my own things. I remember the first job I ever got was online, where on TikTok I shoot. By the way, Olwande herself, the legend 8 on TikTok. So
I'm gonna tag you on this.
All right. Yes. So I used to just post the teachings, and somebody just called me up. You can do this. I can see you. You're not shy on camera, so you can be able to do. Just meet me up so that we can discuss. And I got my second job.
Wow.
Now, I worked there for around 6 months. Then now my job ended. So I just started focusing. I did digital marketing. I also did other things. By the way, I've done a lot of short courses, be it in reproductive health, be it in raising children. So I've even Tassel, there's a course called Tassel on teaching. So I did them just to expand my knowledge, to enable me to grow career-wise. So right now, I can't complain. I'm doing so good. I told you I started an organization called Action for Children Development Center.
Tell me about Action for Children.
Action for
What
Children.
is your passion? What is your passion with kids?
Okay, in Action for Children Development Center, what we basically do, we go to school and train teachers on the rights of children.
You train teachers on the rights?
Yeah. You just basically teach them on the rights of children, on the equality, how they should be treated. You know, if you go to those machinani schools, they still don't know about equality. You find that boys are given some favor, you know, and it's a lot because hata kama wewe ni mwalimu na umechora like girls too, yani wewe pick arts zako
ni girls,
charts zako tu ni girls, you are discriminatory. So basically that is what my organization do. We also protect the rights of children by also teaching children themselves about their rights, and also we help parents. We train them on how to handle children, teenagers and kids.
And actually that part of teenagers, many parents don't know how to handle teenagers.
They don't.
Do you train them on
yes,
the teenagers?
And in fact, if you watch my videos, I have talked a lot about them, about it. So those are the trainings that because you see, for me, I grew up as a very rebellious child. Basically because of what I was seeing around me, questions that I had and nobody could answer me. And remember, I told you that I have a very strong personality. So if I want to know something and you are denying me what I want to know,
you'll just find ways.
Definitely, I'll just be rebellious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that machoism in you, like
yes,
you have to get.
And children are different. You can have 5 children, and all of them are very different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Personality-wise,
behavior, everything.
Yeah.
Yes. So children, like I told you, they just have young mind. It's not that they don't know. Even if you're fighting there as a couple, they know. It's only that they cannot ask you because maybe they are afraid, or maybe they fear that you not maybe give them appropriate answer that they want to hear. But it doesn't mean that they don't know.
Sure.
So those are the trainings that we give children. At Action for Children of Development Center, right now we have a partnership with Watoto Watch. I just hope that this video will reach them. And we also teach about digital rights of children as well. Like now, we practically tell people just posting a video of a child without consent is actually a criminal offense. So those are what you are doing. And we've also got some partnership. Right now, I'm the projects manager and also a partner.
In the project.
In the organization.
Why did you not put yourself as the CEO?
No, I thought it was not a good idea.
You doubt you're leading?
No. Okay, sometimes you just allow people with higher experience lead you, and the CEO is experienced than me, so I felt like she is in the right position to lead us kwenye tunaenda ili tuweze kufanya hiyo kazi vizuri. We need people with better and higher experience. Sure. So basically that is Action for Children Development Center. You can also get us at with an email, actionforchildrendc@gmail.com. Apart from that, I'm a marketer. I market for Zara Sign Systems Limited. We practically deal with signages. So and graphics.
You told me you want to put something here.
I want to put for you something here. So Home Run with PP, big one. Yes, a good logo, and we want something big. So like I was telling you, I am also their digital marketer. I'm
Yeah.
the one who markets for them digitally. You can reach us at our website at zarasign.co.ke.
Yeah.
And also we have our pages on Instagram, on TikTok, and also on X as Zara Science Systems. Yeah, so at the moment, those are the things that I do.
Yeah. So
And
it's
I'm
the
also a teacher.
organization. And you're teaching. Where are you teaching?
I teach online sometimes. Yeah.
You've gotten like kids you're teaching on tuition, Amani.
No, right now I'm teaching my kids.
You're homeschooling them.
I'm homeschooling them. You see, because I have to teach. I have, like, your children.
Yeah.
You have to mold them the way you want them
yes.
to be. Yeah.
Most parents delegate that to teachers.
Exactly.
So the problem is now you are a teacher, so there's no one to refer to. Yeah.
Yes.
So so far you're homeschooling your kids.
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
One is 3. One is 6.
6.
He just turned
6 and 3.
6.
Yeah. So those are very young kids.
Yeah.
So moving forward, you're planning to educate them from home, it's just for now before they go to school?
For now, I was just thinking they go to school first because I'm not trained to teach very young kids.
Yeah.
So they have to learn how to write, how to do. Then immediately they reach like grade 5, I'll just do homeschooling.
What is your
just
thoughts
register.
on CBC, as a parent?
It's a stupid thing to even think of.
You're saying it's a stupid thing and you're on your way there.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, just recently, I even shot a video and told teachers practically what is happening in schools.
Yeah.
The government is putting it like this CBC is working, and it's not. Personally, right now, I cannot even take my child to a public school. Why? And I'm going to give you the reason.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend of mine. He is trained to teach English and literature.
Yes.
But at school, right now, he's teaching music.
Ate?
Knowledge gather konaya music. So practically what he does, anaeka what? YouTube. Anasema music for beginners.
Oh,
Streamline. Really? And if you ask these teachers, do you know what they're saying? Teachers are saying, watoto ni wa government. Na kama government imeamua kuharibu watoto, hiyo ni shida yao. Somebody is underpaid. You're supposed to, you're told to do extra.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, Pipi, I always tell people, and I remember I even shot this in one of my videos, and I told parents, they should advocate that government employs counselors in each and every school, professional counselors.
We used to have a guidance and counseling teacher, but it was not a guidance.
Yes, he is not a professional. Yes, and we need to have those professionals. Reason being simple. Kids are actually dealing with a lot.
So much.
Right now,
so
you go
many
to a
questions.
school. Imagine, unaenda shule, unapata like 50% are from single parenting.
Yes.
And immediately we get to single parenting, there is a story.
Of course, they have watched the breakup.
Yes, there's a story.
Unlike probably yours was not ugly, most breakups are very ugly.
Very
involve
ugly.
Kids getting grabbed. It's like domestic violence. When your hubby is getting beaten up, is beating you, or you're beating your hubby, your kids are saying.
Yeah.
So when you tell people that kids actually see, and that's why at some point your kids will pause and ask you, "Babangu ako wapi? Mamangu ako wapi?"
Even I get those questions. Even today, I got those questions like, "Mom, when are you going to see our dad?"
Imagine.
I tell them, Dad will come. He will come and get you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just call the dad, tell him, please speak to the kids. But I really do appreciate him because he makes an effort. Sometimes he texts them, stays with them like for a holiday, then returns them back. So my thinking practically is every parent just be involved. It doesn't matter si lazima uishi na huyo mtu. Yes, lakini just be involved.
Be in your kids' life.
Be in your kids' life.
I think that
important.
is one of the takeaways I'm going to take from this conversation. That be in your kids' life, and of course communication. I also got that one of involving friends in your relationship. I'm like, yeah, that I need to change on that. So, you're now into kids. What is your way forward? What is your forward plan from here?
Okay, for me, I'm just thinking of just growing my organization because I'm also a co-founder of Priha. Priha is just to educate children on hygiene.
Yeah.
You know, there's a point I got a student who could hold urine for a whole full day. Why? Choni chafu. And when I went to those schools, oh my God,
the toilets.
Those toilets are literally washed na maji pekee. And their toilets.
Bila Carol, bila nothing.
Bila nothing. So you can imagine the kind of infections those children get at young age that they are.
UTI. And some of them don't even know they are infected.
They don't know. They don't know. How will they know? Yeah. If you go to the pit latrines of, the government does that issue of providing sanitary towel to every school. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, for me, I get so emotional. I don't always want to talk about this government because it can make me cry, PP. It can make me cry if I see what happens on the ground. Yeah. I go to a school, there's a pit latrine. That pit latrine is where those pads are dumped. And it is full up to here.
And those ones don't disintegrate.
Exactly.
And even when they pour the liquid,
you can imagine the kind of filth. Those children are literally going to those toilets without shoes. Some of them cannot afford shoes. Yeah, and these are the things the government is not looking into. And you remember we were even talking about schools getting banned. Yeah. If we can have, imagine we can have at workplaces trainings about fire management. Yes. These are things we don't have in those schools. If I tell please, teacher, can you kindly show me how to use this fire extinguisher? Yes. He doesn't know.
How will he know?
We don't have fire
Where will he know? The fire extinguishers are being put in the administration
block only. And if you ask, did you ever see a fire assembly in your school? No. You did not. Yeah. Did you ever see any fire alarm? You did not. If you go to those classes, they only have a single door. Yeah.
Then and some windows are grilled.
You are shocked if the government is going there to donate beans and rice instead of practically doing the right thing. It's embarrassing. It's a shame.
It's all about what they want.
It's exactly what they want to show us.
They want to show us,
I feel the government is, because even as we are doing it as NGOs, it will never be enough. Sometimes you don't even get those funds. Yeah. Personally, I work looking for funds, and sometimes you don't even get the funds just to buy maybe soap for a school or disinfectant. Yeah. And these are children who can hold. Imagine a child holding urine for a whole full day.
Hey, that's a lot.
That's a lot. This child will end up even getting other conditions in the body. Yeah. With time. So it's pathetic, PP, as I tell you. Yeah. And we are doing our best. Practically, nimejitoleanga kufanya my best. Just on education, just on telling those kids how to go to the toilet, how to wipe yourself from up to down so that you don't get infections, what you should be using tissue paper when you go to the toilet. Yeah. Teachers, ensure that disinfectants are in school. Yes. So this whole thing is wide. Yeah. And sometimes I feel tired. Yeah. But you see, at the end of the day, I am a teacher. So inamaanisha mpaka nijitole, and my passion is to help children. Yes? Yeah. I don't know, sometimes people judge me. I can remember there's a job somebody refused to give me. At aoni kama I have interest of watoto at heart. Based on what? You know, these organizations, they look for you on your social media platform.
Yeah.
So apparently I went to the UN and we were talking about content creation, encouraging young youths on how they can make money, on how they can do advertisements. And you know you have to dress according to the occasion.
Yes.
Now when that person saw me in a short dress, he was like, oh no, this person you know, even my boss tells me like, Grace, you know, if I did not know you, I wouldn't have employed you. Why? Because in fact these days I'm forced to wear suits.
Ndio uache kujajiwa.
Yes, I'm forced to wear suits.
But Grace, why? Your legs are yours. You live with them.
Exactly, but they don't see. So my point is this. We are trying to involve as many people as possible, and I want to take this opportunity to also thank Watoto Watch.
Yes.
Because they gave us a very good platform, and especially they have been training us on digital rights. Yeah. Which I think is important for every child.
True.
Yes. So I think we are going to involve many other organizations as possible so that we may be able to reach as many children as possible so that we can be able to change somebody's life.
How many schools have you visited so far?
So far, I think there are like 15.
15.
Yeah.
So you're in the future, you're probably looking to expand your team.
Maybe
and your reach.
100. And you know, with the partnership, it's even easier.
And I know somebody's watching it right now could probably want to invest in something like that. Because personally, I feel like it's a very good thing. Working for kids kids are the basic fundamentals.
Future generation. That is what I call
them. The future.
Yeah, they're the future.
So that's a good job that you're doing.
Yeah.
And probably somebody's looking at this and is wondering, what else can I support Grace with? You've spoken about sanitary towels. Do you take part in offering sanitary towels?
No, at the moment, I don't take part in offering sanitary towels. Like I told you, I have a different initiative called Pre-High Initiative. Yeah. So Pre-High Initiative, generally, you can just support us with disinfectants, tissues, so that you take them to schools. Because like I told you, those toilets are pathetic.
Yeah.
In public schools, oh my goodness, they are pathetic.
I have been in one and I noticed
they are pathetic.
They're growing worse by the day.
They are growing worse, and they're worse and worse.
And the principals, are they letting you in?
Yeah, some do. Some they really disturb us because they are asking you, barua kutoka kwa county. You're like, no, I'm not here to do anything wrong. We're just here to maybe give you this disinfectant and also show you and educate the children on how to handle themselves in the toilet. And we are also going to start giving education to teachers about how they are handling LGBTQ things. Like I told you, I have a case where students are suspended. Imagine somebody suspending you indefinitely because you are suspected to be a lesbian. And I even suspected. And I even saw somebody comment in one of my videos, and I went through the same thing. He was a guy. Yeah. Because he was feminine. Yeah. And you know, these are things you cannot control. Like, for example, I'm staying with my sons, right? Probably with my sister. Yeah. What are the mirror these children are seeing?
Feminine.
Yes. So you don't expect them now, when they're going to high school, they start being men. How?
They used to be with ladies.
Yes. And it doesn't mean that they love women. Yeah. They love men.
Yeah, it's just
a behavior.
Yeah, sure.
But this is a situation whereby this boy was embarrassed. Yeah. His parents were called. Imagine somebody telling you you are a gay in front of your parent and you know very well you're not.
Yeah, it's quite tough.
So I think we want to ask, like, what criteria are they using to identify? And really, is sending that boy home expelling that boy, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Does sexuality has anything to do with your career? If I may ask, it has nothing to do with your career.
Yeah.
So I feel like this government should be giving a proper channel on handling the issues.
Yeah.
Is either they put the gay schools, if they want, or if a student is suffering from this kind, because gayism is here with us, lesbianism is here with us.
Yes.
So if these children are suffering from these things, what they should be doing is the teacher should be advising the parent wapeleke mtoto kwa day school for some time.
Yes. Then
mtoto arudi shule kama shaenda through therapy and counseling to see if that child can change or not. But you cannot choose somebody's life.
Yeah, it's actually like letting your son want women.
Yes.
Why is it that when we are heterosexual, is nobody cares, okay? Than the way when you now become gay or something, and it's something that has become a very big conversation. I was having someone on the space recently, and he had his daughter on the space, and he was saying, the daughter was actually saying that the dad was cringy when he saw an LGBTQ person, and for them they find it normal.
And let me tell you something
our age group does not take this.
Yes, personally I don't take it as a big issue, and I can tell you for a fact, I've talked to some of teachers who we are age mates. They don't see anything wrong with it. In fact, they're asking themselves, why are you even sending this student home? You see, because there's just a way, it's just a matter of telling this child,
it's embarrassing,
please usifanye hii hapa juu sisi we don't allow people to have sex in school. But because you cannot assume that high schoolers don't know anything about sex. They do know.
But even the heterosexual ones do not have sex in school, so it's not supposed to be an issue there.
It's not supposed to be an issue. But the thing is, it has become an issue, and I feel this issue should be addressed because children are literally missing out, and especially in the Nyanza and Western region. They're just sent home. Indefinite suspension.
Yeah, in my school, somebody was sent home.
Yes, indefinitely. Yes. Now, we have a problem because I've even got to talk to people even in prison. In fact, their gazing is something normal. So I think there's a proper channel of addressing the issues, and especially to our kids. I don't know, I tell parents, use a democratic method of parenting. This is a method where you involve the child. For example, mtoto wako hataki kwenda boarding school. Wewe unataka aende boarding school. So mkalishe tu chini. Wewe hii day school unaipenda kwa nini? Akupatie reasons zake. Alafu unamwambia hii boarding school mimi naona itakusaidia because of this and this. But wewe hebu kaa uthink uone. Ama siwache nikupeleke boarding test kidogo. Kama una feel haiko poa urudi day school. You know, we have to involve our children in all of these conversations. Don't just judge a child. You know, the way we were brought up, and especially we millennials, I've told you, I'm turning 31 in the next few days. That is on Wednesday. So I can tell you, we were brought up differently. Our reasoning are different from the Gen Z. Yes, and you will find Gen Alpha totally different. So we have to find a proper way of engaging our children so that we have a better society in future.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I don't know if you have any other challenges with the organization or whatever you're currently working on right now as we come towards the tail end of this interview. It's basically a chat, not an interview, but it's just a chat. What are the other challenges you face?
Challenges ni walimu wengi wanaogopanga kutuallow tuongeleshe students. They think maybe you're trying to poach students so that you maybe expose them on social, and especially on the dirty toilets. Yes. So basically these teachers, they don't want to
grant you
engage
access
and to grant us access. And in fact, sometimes we stay for the longest time before getting access. Yes. So I feel, shida mingi sana. Then we'll also want to talk to the government. If if this video reaches you, well and good, but I feel that you should be bringing proper ways, and especially the counseling part to each and every school. It's very important.
Counseling, not guidance and counseling office.
A professional one.
Counselors.
Real counselors. Paid by government.
We need paid government counselors.
Counselors.
You know, when we had that conversation on mental health in 2020, there was that conversation of getting therapists to schools. Something that would really benefit. Because I feel like in as much as teachers learn education psychology, that is not enough to be a counselor. It takes a lot to be a counselor. So basically, I hope whatever you're saying happens, because we really actually do need those.
We are dealing with a lot, Pipi, and if you ask me, have you ever been mentally disturbed?
Yeah.
So if you can go crazy, I can remember there's a point I went crazy, and I almost killed my child with a pillow.
Postpartum?
Not really.
Just depression.
This is when you're going through things in your marriage and you feel like kama ungekuwa na huyu mtu mmoja ingekuwa rahisi sana kutoka. Now there's a baby here who is nagging you. And for the baby, hajui umekasirika. Hajui unalia usiku mzima. Hajui anything. I used to take a pillow na ajabu nimweke, narudi chini, narudi nyuma, najiuliza okay. At a point, even me, I didn't know I was depressed. In fact, I only knew about it when I visited a therapist. And it's not like I don't know anything about psychology. It's not like I don't know anything about depression and what have you. I know all those things. In fact, I've been offering the same services to the other people. But when it got to me, I could not relate.
And it's also an issue. The one I said, mganga jigangi.
Exactly.
It's an issue. You find yourself, you're very good at helping people, but when it comes to you cannot
help yourself. And that's why I'm telling you, those kids needs that. Because they are dealing with a lot. And parents are also dealing with a lot. Practically right now, parents are focusing on finding what their children can eat. They barely have time with those children. They barely have time. So imagine, mwalimu pia kona stresses zake. Remember, mwalimu pia ni parent. Anajaribu kuhandle hizi vitu at the same time. So we just need a special person who can talk to, who can understand these children's pain, and including teachers.
Sure.
Yes, I think that is important, and the government should really look into it.
And I hope when they're listening to this, they will do something about it. Because I feel like, for once, the conversation about therapy to our kids needs to be very, very full. And I'm glad that you're doing work with kids, which is quite notable. And I don't take it for granted that you even found time to come and talk to us here on Home Running with Pipi. Now, probably let us know how guys can get you on socials, and maybe give us a parting shot so that we can call it a time. I definitely would want to have you on the show again. But for today, just tell us a parting shot.
All right. People, you can find me at TikTok. You can find me at Olwande herself, the legend 8. On Instagram, you can find me as Children Rights Advocate.
Children Rights Advocate.
Yes. On X, I'm Grace Olwande. Normally Grace Olwande. That is how it appears on X. So on Facebook, basically, I'm not active enough.
You should be.
We also have our work pages at TikTok, Action for Children Development Center. Please also follow Watoto Watch. Those are my partners, and we've been working together with them for the longest time. Also, you can find us on, how do you call it?
YouTube.
Facebook. At Action for Children Development Center. Please feel free to write me emails at actionforchildrendc@gmail.com.
All right.
Last parting shot. Children are important. Children should be cared for. children have young minds, but it doesn't mean they are stupid. So handle them with care.
that is one fire. That was one fire. He made me slap you. That was one fire line. Children have young minds. They are not stupid. It's the same thing I tell my friends who have money. People might be broke, but they're not stupid. They always think the broke people are
They're stupid.
But it's quite something.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Grace, for finding time to come over to Rongai. Of course, we're a long distance.
Yeah, for sure. It was a long one.
I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Yes.
It has been an amazing one, ladies and gentlemen. Kama kawaida, HRWP is the channel that you get this, the Journey series. My name is MC Pipita. You can call me Pipi. And with me today was Grace Olwande, an amazing person following up in the world of children. Of course, children are the future. And as you've heard, they have young minds, but they're not stupid. That is where we end it. Have a nice one. Don't forget to subscribe, like our channel, and share it with your friends. It has been a great interview. Have a good one. Bye.